with a couple exceptions. So far, I've avoided talking about the Biden presidency on this channel, at least to any real serious extent. There's a few reasons for that. The big one is that I'll probably do a large video on his slow collapse sometime in the future. But on a more practical level, a lot of this stuff is just flash in the pan, news cycle story of the day that doesn't really matter. Like how about this here, this was a couple months ago. Biden going to Delaware for long weekend amid Afghanistan crisis. Back when this was happening, people were really pissed off. And yeah, we all know that it's irresponsible for a president to go on vacation during a crisis, but you know what? Trump did it. That was a big thing. He was golfing all the time as stuff was going down. Obama did it. Hell, you guys remember the Bush years? When George Bush was off having fun during Katrina? I feel like the media puts these stories out, not only because they're newsworthy, because again, they are. These politicians shouldn't be doing this, but because they know that the outrage gets clicks, even though by now we should be used to it. This is not a partisan thing. This does not show Biden to be a hack any more than any other president is. They all do this. But today's story, the Let's Go Brandon thing. It is too funny to pass up. Here, to start off, I'm going to play this clip from a NASCAR event in October.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
The racer she's interviewing is Brandon, and I mean, apparently he's doing well. I don't know a single thing about NASCAR. So the crowd's shouting, let's go, Brandon. All right. But next, I want you to check out this series of clips. And let me know if you notice something.
Another game day full of fuck Joe Biden chants.
Basically, as the coronavirus pandemic started to wind down, and sports events began to open up to public viewing again, crowds would repeatedly and spontaneously begin to chant, fuck Joe Biden. This generally happened at college football games, which makes sense to me, because those are most likely going to be college students watching them, and we all know that college students like to troll and rabble-rouse and shit-stir, so why not? But it also happened at baseball and basketball games, and also at various concerts. People began to upload videos to TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, where they would go viral, and so people kept doing it. It became the newest meme. So with all of this context, let's go back to that first NASCAR clip. Listen to it again.
Moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon.
It's pretty easy to tell that they're saying fuck Joe Biden now, right? Like, I don't know if it's just me or if this is like a Yanny Laurel thing, or like the dress with the two different colors that change depending on who's viewing it. But when I first saw this clip, divorced of any context, it actually reasonably sounded like it could be let's go Brandon. But now that I know the context, I can hear clear as day, fuck Joe Biden, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Imagine being that poor NBC reporter having to talk to this guy over the roar of the crowd. You're not even here for politics, you're here for sports, and you gotta play damage control like this. That's a big oof, as the kids like to say. And for a short while on social media, the phrase let's go Brandon was used by leftoids to laugh at those who thought that the crowd could ever possibly say fuck Joe Biden, because Joe Biden's obviously really popular, right? Like, how delusional do you have to be to think that a crowd would ever say fuck Joe Biden? Obviously it was let's go Brandon. But that meaning got quickly overrun by the sheer wave of people who decided to take the phrase, let's go Brandon, and basically appropriate it as the new meme. And as soon as it became obvious that people were rallying around it rather than being shamed by it, it suddenly became the next evil thing coming out of the alt-right, the far-right, the crypto-Americo-fascists. Like Pepe the Frog and the OK Ham symbol and other dumb shit like that we've seen over the years. Like, check this out. A Southwest pilot said, "Let's go Brandon" from the cockpit, to audible gasps from passengers. This is MAGA speak for fuck Biden. I would have demanded to deplane immediately and will never fly Southwest Air until they ensure that mentally impaired pilots like this aren't allowed to fly. I would absolutely love to see this person hold up a flight and then get arrested by an air marshal or something. That's a federal offense, you know. It even made its way into Congress.
They want you to help put America back where you found it and leave it the hell alone. Let's go, Brandon. I yield back.
Listen, you might want to leave this one to the children, Elmer Fudd. And speaking of embarrassment, this came out of my own country. This is a formal notification that all government correspondence must be professional in nature and approved by department heads. The uses of colloquialism or sayings with intended double meaning or offense are strictly prohibited in all means of correspondence and or communication. Specifically, the use of the wording "Let's go Brandon" and any variation thereof under any circumstance is banned by the Canadian Public Service. So this is a letter that went out to Canadian government employees. You can't say "Let's go Brandon." Now that the phrase "Let's go Brandon" has been appropriated and turned into the next alt-right meme, you can't say it. But at least American politicians don't mind leaning into it.
When you look at the Brandon administration in terms of what they're doing.
Look at the smile on this guy's face. He's having a good time with this. Yes, he knows it's rude. Yes, he knows it's a little bit cheeky. Yes, he knows it's kind of goofy. Doesn't really make much sense. But you know what? He's laughing. The people in the crowd are laughing. It shows a bit of humanity. You know what I mean? If you ever have to wonder why Republicans, still win elections in 2021, it's this. It's because they appear to be real people. And this "Let's go Brandon" thing is kind of cut from the same cloth of a couple other recent events surrounding Joe Biden that are just kind of weird and embarrassing. I don't know if you guys caught this a few days ago, but trending in politics on Twitter was hashtag Poopy Pants Biden. All right. Over on the Daily Dot, we've got right-wing conspiracy theorists claim Biden soiled himself at the Vatican. Hashtag Poopy Pants Biden began trending on Twitter over the weekend. See, it can't just be fun anymore. It can't just be goofiness. It can't just be having a laugh the way that it was, say 15 or 20 years ago. Now it's right-wing conspiracy theorists. Those dreaded alt-righters and their soiled pants theories. So here's where it came from. It's from a Miss Amy Tarkanian, who apparently works for some Republican apparatus somewhere. The word around Rome is that Biden's meeting with the Pope was unusually long because Biden had a bit of a bathroom accident at the Vatican, and it had to be addressed prior to him leaving. I know we joke around often about this, but this is the actual rumor going around Rome now. I think the reason that this resonated with people is because, one, Biden's obviously old and kind of infirm, and two, there's been rumors of him taking anti-dementia medication, and I forget the name of it, but there's at least one type of anti-dementia medication that causes diarrhea as its side effect. This is a "did I just shit myself" face. Like, you don't have to be a political partisan to be able to laugh at this stuff, right? Like, here's a giant picture of the event with all the various world leaders and important people involved. And look where Biden is. He's not in the middle, as you would expect an American president to be. He's way off on the left side, standing completely by himself with the closest dude to him, that black guy, looking at him side-eyed, and he's standing in a pose of "I just shit myself, and nobody wants to stand around me." You'd think that some of these terminally online leftists would be able to laugh at this stuff, right? I don't care if Joe Biden shit in his pants. I don't care if Joe Biden shit in my pants. Donald Trump shit in America's mouth for over 4 years, and every day he's not locked up behind bars, he continues his oral defecation. Fuck him and fuck you if you support him. Hashtag Poopgate. Dude, chill out a little bit, man. You don't have to be on all the time. You can have some fun. This article also went viral. This is about a month and a half ago. It's not just dangerous. Screaming "fuck Biden" may also be illegal. Well, no, it's not. That's the point of the First Amendment. And in fact, this article turned out to be fake. Of course, it doesn't stop people from actually doing it. This is a real article now. Judge says "fuck Biden" signs are obscenity and orders their removal. No, fuck you. Fuck Biden. And you know what? When I say that, I'm not even making any kind of grand claim about his presidency. I'm just saying it because you say that I can't. So what does all this sound like? All these people freaking out that people might dare make fun of President Biden. Saying things like, regardless of how you feel about Biden the man, this is still the office of the presidency. Shouldn't you show some respect and have some decorum? And this attitude is coming out of people who, for 4 years, did the same thing when it was Trump. We all remember the fuck Trump days, right? Here, if I was going to go over every single person who actually had this hypocrisy, we'd be here all day. So I'll just give you the most obvious one. Those who are saying fuck Joe Biden are showing their hate and ignorance. Oh, he says F Joe Biden, actually. Imagine hating a president who wants to improve your life. Fuck Trump. Yeah, imagine that, eh? Imagine complaining about Let's Go Brandon. Imagine having this entire fucking online meltdown without going through your own tweets to delete all of the fuck Trump ones. This is not how mature, well-rounded people react to this sort of thing. Everyone's losing their mind over the Poopy Pants Biden thing. They're saying, how dare you use the hashtag Poopgate? You have these hack journalists quickly writing up articles in defense like, oh my god, how could you say this about Biden? But do you remember when this picture came out? This obvious Photoshop of Donald Trump shitting himself while playing golf? Did you see any of these triggered reactions come out of the right? Back in 2018, when protesters projected fuck Trump onto a football stadium as President Trump himself arrived to the stadium. Did you see that reaction? When they flew the Donald Trump baby blimp in the UK when Trump was taking a trip over there. Did you see these meltdowns come out of the right? No, you didn't. In fact, you know what you saw? You saw a mix of two different reactions. One, rightoids being a good sport about it and laughing and being able to laugh. And two, rightoids laughing at the people who would be petty enough to actually do this sort of stuff. The same people who dished it out for 4 years, do you see them taking it now? Do you see them rolling with the punches? No. Instead, they're shitting themselves, even worse than Biden is rumored to have done. This is probably the most absurd take I've seen on this topic. Let's Go Brandon has become the mega version of SFO-CIAL. I want you to digest this one a little bit, okay? Let's Go Brandon, a phrase which began to cover up the fact that the masses do not like Joe Biden, and were willing to say it on live TV. They're willing to chant, fuck Joe Biden on live TV. And then, to try and cover that up, the cope that the newscaster came up with on the spot was Let's Go Brandon. And then for a short while, the phrase Let's Go Brandon became embraced by the left to make fun of people who don't like Joe Biden. And now that their own attempt to cover up the truth has been embraced by their opponents and turned into a meme, now it's become SFO-CIAL. They birthed their own SFO-CIAL that their opponents are using against them. And they still wonder why everybody looks at them as if they're fucking insane. You absolute moral lepers spent 4 years screeching about the piss dossier, about how he's a Russian puppet, about how he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, he's worse than Hitler, how he's running concentration camps, now he wants to kill all the non-whites in America, and all of this absolutely crazy, wild nonsense. And then as soon as the shoe's on the other foot, as soon as it's your turn to get laughed at a little bit, because now your guy's in office, you're like, oh my god, Let's Go Brandon, what has happened to the decorum of politics? But the truth is, it was always this way. We've always laughed at our politicians, as we should. We should always feel free to knock them down a peg or two. Biden poops his pants, Trump poops his pants. Biden falls down walking up the steps of Air Force One, George Bush gets a shoe thrown at him. What is happening to Biden right now? The Let's Go Brandon stuff, the poopy pants stuff, even making fun of him like appearing to fall asleep sometimes. It is par for the course, and it should be. American political history is full of mocking political leaders. But the left has suddenly decided that's no longer acceptable. And the main reason why they view it as no longer acceptable is because they don't understand the purpose behind it. You make fun of your political leaders so that they don't become deified. They are just humans like you and me. That's why you do it. That's why a free society allows it. Because tyrannical societies always ban humor first. But the left no longer understands that this is the purpose of it. Because, again, every space must be filled with their ideology. Every moment is a moment to push their vision of progress. You can't simply have downtime where you have a laugh. The truth is, leftists aren't really that mad that you're out there chanting, Let's Go Brandon. It annoys them, but that's not the big thing. Leftists are mad because rightists are having fun even though their guy lost, when the leftists spent 4 years being constantly angry and joyless. All right, my friends, that about does it for me. Hope you enjoyed. I might keep up this alternating of topics, serious topic, goofy topic. It's kind of fun to do things like this. As always, Game Boomers tonight, be there, or else you're banned. I'll see you there, guys. I love you.